Hi, I'm Marie Powell, and I write fantasy novels, and I write short stories, and I write nonfiction. I also write children's books. I've got more than 40 children's books published. I write a lot. I like to write. I like to talk about writing, and I like to help kids write, because that's one of the things I really enjoy doing. My very first story I ever wrote, I was 6 years old, or maybe 7 years old, about a bee that liked to bite people. I wrote poetry and short stories when I was a kid in school.
There I am.
And I took my very first actual Sage Hill when I was about 16. The Sage Hill teen writing experience, which frankly I have been teaching for 3 years now. That was my introduction to writing more seriously, I guess you could say, not just in my little notebooks and journals and things. So I guess I've been writing off and on since then, but I actually didn't get anything published until I was in my 40s. So for all that time, I was writing just because I liked to write. I was so lucky because I had teachers who encouraged me all the way through. I know there's a lot of people who don't get that. You know, a little bit of encouragement goes a long way. Sharing your work with friends and being supportive of each other, I think that's really important. Most people, even as adults, will join a writing group or form a writing group in order to get that kind of encouragement. And it gives you something else too. It gives you someone to do it for, which I did for many years. We gave each other feedback, and then we gave each other encouragement to send the work out into markets, you know, into contests and things like that. And that's how I got published the first time. Writing, it's such a solitary thing. You can do it and never share it. And then you never know, really, if, you know, what you said is going to inspire anybody else or make them think or let them into your world, you know, the world that just exists in the mind. And you want that at some point. All right, there are so many ways, you know. I have writing prompts and just free writing, which is where you just write on the page and you don't think, you just write, you know, whatever it is that's in your mind as in response to something someone else says or something that's in the prompt. Usually the prompt is like a sentence or part of a sentence and you're supposed to finish it, right? So those work really well to get you going if you allow yourself to just do it. Most of the things we say to ourselves are negative. You're so used to not being able to do things, or somebody telling you, no, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, you know, that you start wondering if anything you're saying is right. You just have to get beyond the bad voice, the little, you know, nasty angel that sits on your shoulder over here and tells you you're doing everything wrong, so that you can hear the one over here that tells you maybe you're okay, you know. Trust yourself. Don't fret. Don't worry, because you're going to get there. Just give it a try.